can just ghost ride the surface here. 737 starting to sit on. To the fourth, no control. Just accept it how it goes, yeah. In the car, I'm saying time to switch the mode. Let it tennis in the walls. Got a baggage by my toes, yeah. Leaving everything I know below my altitude. How's it sound?
That's the intro, man. That's the intro. We leaving that in. What's up, yo?
Yo, my name is Rozotadi, R-O-Z-O-T-A-D-I. We're over at Phoenix Fashion Week right now.
Yeah, hey man, day 2. Hey, when I say we go live, when I say I stay ready.
You are ready, bro.
This
is guerrilla tactics.
I do not, hey, you already know, man. I don't play around when it comes to this, man. This is my business. This is what I do.
So we just met today.
Yep.
I already fuck with the vibe, bro. Already fuck with the vibe. You was talking about currency exchange. Put me on, man.
All right, so Currency Exchange is a group of creatives that we have now. So myself, my parents, a couple friends of ours, Jala, who you met today. I got somebody named Nikita, who is a poet, and we do a podcast together. The Nerd Podcast, we do that together.
Yep.
I got someone named Jacqueline, who she makes all sorts of crazy art and candles, and she holds events. So it's just a group of people who are designed to, like, if you got something dope you want to do, let's help you do it.
Right.
Let's help you do it. That's our goal. That's what the whole collective is about. To me, it's like it's ASAP Mob.
Right.
It's, hey, I want somebody who can do this. I want somebody who can do this. And so guess what? We're gonna do that. And how do you do that? You do it by moving tables at a luxury resort, my guy.
Get the job done by any means necessary. I really respect that. You a pillar for the community, right? A pillar for the community. Like,
that's the goal. That's the goal. The goal is to be that Dr. Dre. Like, fuck that. The goal is to be that Tupac, that Nipsey Hussle.
Right. Okay.
That's where I want to take this, because the way that I tell people, I got a lot of hometowns, man. I grew up in a military household. I got a lot of places I call home. Let's help those places get there.
Right. I know. I see exactly what you're saying. I recently started a business, and its name is Contact Home.
I'm so sorry. Are you guys podcasting?
Yeah.
We are.
Oh.
Do you want to jump
Do you
in?
know where the chicken fingers are?
Right there.
In there to the left. I love that girl. Yeah.
Hey, are you jumping in?
No, she getting
she ain't
the
jumping in
chicken
at all.
fingers, man. She getting the chicken fingers.
Yo, they said those motherfuckers were $14. I'm like,
This is the crowd to pay for that.
I know. My dumb ass paid for one of those Nashville hot chicken sliders. I'm like, oh, I'm broke. I forgot.
Your bank account's out. Hello?
Yeah. They're like, oh, you sure, fam? I'm like, yeah, you forgot. You ain't at McDonald's, fam. Don't forget that.
Right, we on McDonald's, but she is so gorgeous.
Yeah.
The models today, everyone's a model. Everyone is a model. That's the whole thing. Everyone is a model.
Absolutely.
So, it just, by the way, what's your name? Matt?
Yeah, pleasure.
Yo, Toddy, Brave.
Hey, nice to meet you, man. Nice to meet you, man.
Nice.
We're doing a podcast right now, big dog. You just entered, so.
Hey, no, if you
Alright,
want to
sweet.
jump in.
Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah. So I've done photography like mostly not in America. So I'm still trying to get used to like what people's styles are here.
Where you from?
Well, I'm from here, but I do most of my work in Eastern Europe.
Eastern Europe?
In Russia.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Let's
This
go.
styles totally different. But like, I don't like this perspective on photography where, and I think it's starting to break, but like I think that stereotype's broken. But like, that there is a very narrow spectrum of what we do consider attractive. What we do consider like, I'm gonna rant. I'm
I'm a good diverter too, so keep going. We love it.
I think that the spectrum is widening of what we consider attractive. Like, dude, a lot of models that I've worked with, especially out there, were like, their idea of what like a model is like this exact height, these exact proportions. But to be fair, Europe, especially Eastern Europe, they're a little bit more picky, a little bit more selective. But like out here, we're a little bit more accepting. It's like, well, you don't have to be this, these proportions, this exact height, this exact weight to be a model, this exact race even. Like, it doesn't matter as much. It's like we need we need to show different types of people, different, more diverse crowds. So it's not just like 6 feet tall or like 5'11", like skinny. Anyway.
I even remember that because like they wanted my brother to model way like years ago, like 10, 15 years ago. And they were saying like he needs to do it before he gets too tall. And that's like a super, and he was like probably maybe 8 or 9.
Don't let somebody's anxieties cripple your own career. That's not what happened. That's not what happened. That's crazy.
So like, did he end up modeling or?
Nah, he never really fell in love with it the same way. He did it here and there. Like you'll see him, he's still up there. And like if you're in the malls, he did some modeling for Nick's menswear.
Oh yeah, he going.
And he like, but after that, it was just like, I want to do something else. So I'm like, all right, cool. So he's actually going to a very prestigious school on the East Coast right now. And I don't like to blow up my family shit, because just in case somebody hears it, they're like, yo, is that your brother? So like, I'll tell y'all offline like where he's going. But and he loves it. Like he loves it. He's doing stuff that him and his fiance, like there's a move now. There's like a plan. Like he might still do it later. I'm trying to convince him to do what I'm really trying to convince him to do is go into pro wrestling, because he's got the charisma and he's got the athleticism. And I'm like, my guy, you can do backflips from a standing position and you can talk well. That's about 90% of what you need to do, my guy. Like, go do it.
Go do
Are we talking like MMA or like WW?
He's kind of interested in that, but so he ran track.
Okay.
I ran track. I played basketball, ran track.
Cool.
He played football, ran track, and then he was doing rugby for a little bit, and now he's actually doing cheer.
Cool.
Which basically for him is like gymnastics. So like he sent me a picture. Grows my height, 225, standing back with no big deal, laying on his feet. You gotta do something with that, man. I don't know what it is. You gotta do something.
That's crazy.
Yeah, just freak athlete. And so I'm like, yo, man, go do some WWE shit, man. Enjoy it. Like, try it. You might like it. And he's like, nah, I don't want to do that. Like, I'll do it with you, man. He's like, all right, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Sometimes
go with
big
the
brother.
guy.
That's the thing, man. No matter how old you are, it's still big brother. Like, fuck it, dog. I'll run with you. What got you into doing photography, both of y'all?
Oh yeah, I remember how it wasn't to get to the snowball. Oh, you know what? So actually, I did film for a long time, the 35 millimeter, and it was just like I did nature photography. I was doing different types of photography. I didn't start really doing portraits of people until I moved to Russia.
What brought you to Russia? Like,
We got to talk about that.
when you think Europe, you think of like maybe France or Italy, or especially with fashion.
Oh yeah. Russia's a different world. Well, I love Russia. I wanted to. There were like 3 or 4, like 4 or 5, I guess, reasons. Like, I love the culture. I love the history. I like the people. I wanted to learn the language. And there was just a lot for me out there. This is an awesome scene. I worked out there. I did a bunch of stuff. I just wanted to like immerse in Russia. It was one of my dreams. So I did it, and I lived there for 3 years. And I originally, honestly, like I just wanted to photograph beautiful Russian women. And
it's funny because I got friends who are from Eastern Europe, and we always see them as like bombed down. But then you actually talk to them about like, no, they're beautiful countries.
Yeah.
Like in most countries, when you get rid of the political parts of it, they are beautiful. There is something there, and I think there's something to say about it. You know what I mean? Like just the different areas that you go to. My dad was Air Force, and he was in Afghanistan a lot. He was like, it's a beautiful country. The government's kind of shaky, and I'm like, that's one way to say it,
The government's kind of.
It's a beautiful country. It's like an amazing place to like just visually see. And I think Russia, because for so many reasons that we don't need to get into, we don't see it as that. But when you think about Russian ballerinas.
Well, I want to know how you guys see it, because like I'm biased. Like I lived there for 3 years. I speak Russian. Like I'm pretty deep in that well, but I really don't even know how Americans see Russia, because like my perspective is like I have life there. I have friends there. Like
it's what we've been told in school basically our whole lives is the Soviet Union in the 80s, the Russian Mafia in the 90s, and then whatever you see with Putin from there on out.
Oh yeah, the Ukraine war.
But what's interesting about that is like,
Chechenian war
I got
too.
friends who
Georgian.
see that about America the same way.
Yeah.
But they're like, oh, you live in America? I bet there's nothing but guns, and you're like,
Oh yeah, just a lot of those, yeah. But you know, the cool thing about photography, you know, and art in general, is like it brings people together. And like, I originally, you know, honestly, when I was younger, yeah, I definitely wanted to just meet some beautiful Russians. But like, once I got more into it, like all the cool people I met through the art, and like all the cool places I've been. I mean, like, that's one of those things that I really think that like. There's a beautiful saying. One of the best Russian authors, Dostoevsky, said, "Beauty will krasota spasot mir." It means beauty will save the world.
yeah.
Yeah. So like, I like his take on that. Like,
And art
fuck
erases
the politics.
those borders.
It does,
really
man.
quick.
Yeah,
Like,
it
really,
does.
really quick.
Beauty will save the world. So I believe that. But anyway, I miss it every day. Russia's just killer country. Like,
Aside
so
from
much
what's
in
going
there.
on right now, would you like live there?
Oh yeah. Yeah, well, I lived there for 3 years. I wasn't planning on coming back really.
Moscow, St. Petersburg, where was
Only
it?
Moscow. Yeah,
Really?
that's where the money is. Like, I've traveled all over Russia, but like actually earning money, Moscow. Like, Petersburg is like 30% less. Like, the salaries are way lower. They're like 30% lower. The cost of living's lower too. But like, the only place where I could make a comparable U.S. salary is Moscow. Well, and I mean, I could, but now I don't know. With the ruble, man, is all over the place. So
I think that's probably another year or two.
I think I'm gonna wait till it like, you know, settles down, till I know. What about you? Where have you guys been?
Shit, I
Hijack your podcast.
yeah, no, you didn't, Jack. This is a
No, you're
conversation.
good, man. You're good.
We now know enough to go. I can't wait to hear what you
My
gotta say.
podcast is literally called Kickback.
Dude,
really?
we kicking back right now.
Yeah, we're chilling.
Like, you're too loud for me over there. I'm gonna hang with these guys.
Yeah, no, Culiacan. I really enjoy Culiacan, Mexico. That place, what is that, 14 hours or something from where we're at right now? That's deep,
Okay.
middle deep Mexico, man. I went there and I felt at home. It was weird.
Yeah.
Not like this is my home, but I see it. I feel it. I feel the way this land moves. Like, it's dope. You know, the colors of the houses. Like, I'd be walking on the street and they'd be like, "Hey, cabrón, want a beer?" Like, he gives me a free beer. You just mind your own business, walking the crosswalk. There's a liquor store open, and people just came and you just want, man, chop it up. Like,
Absolutely.
you get to know people over a beer. They buy you something. You
They're
just
very
go
open
grab the mail.
people,
Like,
South Americans, yeah, very open. They're very relaxed. They see community, I think, in a different way.
yeah. And so we was talking about the different projects that we got going on. We got currency exchange, right? I got a music company called Contact High. In Contact High right now, we're putting music into movies. So
What kind of music do you do?
So our catalog it's multi-genre. Like we sell songs, and it depends on what the buyer is looking for. And we got enough talent in the room where it's like, let's bust out this real quick. Let's leave that for the shoegaze band. Let's leave that for the experimental hip hop. Let's leave that for the punk, like Boom 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 catalog. Go pitch it out to the right people who need that, who ask for it.
That's awesome. Nice. I'm in music too, but I'm on the other side.
Right.
I had a band out in Russia. I had to leave, so now it's so I'm really interesting. So you're in music and photography.
Yeah.
What do you guys do in photography?
So in photography, right now I've been working on some exhibitionist work. It's based around a serial killer. Yeah, it's based around.
What?
Yeah. Yes, it was nice meeting you. The
Nice to meet you.
outfit, crazy.
Hey Emily, you want me to move over? Oh. Are you sitting
We're on
down?
a podcast.
Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. You're good. You're good.
We can use another
Well,
guest
that's
too.
Yeah, have a seat.
Come on. Yeah. So wait. Where you asked photography? Yeah. So I'm and I also do modeling and acting, right?
Oh,
But
really?
the photography, my work right now is based in that concept. So yes, the serial killer. The story that it's about is about a serial killer who goes on tour, and he starts amassing an audience with with his artistic killings. And so he's going around killing all across the United States. And it's like a double between being an artist and like a killer. You got a fan base. And I'm kind of trying to highlight how people get so infatuated with evil.
I hear
Like,
some
what is that
natural born
evil?
killers in there.
Yeah. That
I
was
hear
a part
some
of my research.
Silence of the Lambs in there.
Yeah.
And plus, that's the wildest thing that I see now is like, I saw this shirt the other day that said Jeffrey Dahmer is innocent.
Oh, whoa.
And I was like,
Hey.
Time out.
my
Can we
first thing, I was
confess?
like, yo, already? Like, yo, that was fast. Like, but it's one of those things where it's like that cult of personality,
Here's the thing, though.
people run with it.
Here's the thing, though. From a man's point of view, it is a little different because most serial killers go after women.
The fact that we're like celebrating serial killers outside of like Hannibal Lecter, I'm like, what are we doing, guys?
Yeah, what are we doing? We're better than this. The way that it was in the 60s and 70s, the way that they used to fan boy and girl over serial killers, they were wild, bro. They went to some ends. Like, did you watch Dahmer?
Hell no.
Yeah, no.
I know the story. I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah, it fucked me up.
I can't watch any of that.
That's a nightmare. That's a nightmare to
That's
have.
because you're a normal person.
Right,
You know,
yeah.
Like that's because you have.
Well, actually, no, because I can watch like dark fantasy, like The Witcher, no
Yes,
problem.
That's
The
not
Witcher
real.
is shit.
Is the
But
difference.
like,
The Witcher's not
I
real.
can't do horror films and I can't do like thrillers about serial killers. I don't know what the heck it is, but I like cop shows too, which is the weirdest thing.
Brooklyn 599, or what is that?
Right now, my like obsession is The Rookie with Nathan Fillion. It's into season 5.
Shout out to Nathan Fillion.
Oh
man.
my god, it's so good.
So, True Detective is like where you can kind of go.
So it's it's like actual people solving crimes, and then if they actually talk about the things that need to be actually fixed across the board, that's even better because it shows that there's so much going on that's wrong, but there's only so much we can fix at one time.
I like the lesson.
Exactly.
I like the lesson.
And not to get into the whole like police are good, police are bad thing. I grew up in a Reformed Jewish family, and growing up, we had police officers at the synagogue for the high holidays, and they were a part of the community, and they were nice, and we felt we had to have them because we had threats, and then there was someone who sent a bomb threat to the Jewish Community Center in Scottsdale a couple years ago. And now there is like an actual like security office with police officers at the center because there's a preschool there.
Right.
And they do fundraisers there. And the Arizona Suns used to play there before they had their stadium. So it's not all or nothing. We need to change a lot of things, but we can't get rid of everything at once.
It's funny because the history that I was taught, right? My family being from Chicago, and especially my grandmother, what she would tell us is like, they knew the cops weren't going to roll through in her neighborhood. They used to live in the city. But, the people who did watch over her? Vice lords. Back in the 50s and 60s, those gangs used to watch, 60s and 70s, those gangs used to watch over the neighborhoods. And now it's just been just since the 80s, been so taken away. And now it's like, who watches out for us?
No one watches out for anyone but themselves. That's part of the problem.
I want to think that there's something better. I want to think that that's not the case, but yeah.
It's neighborhood by neighborhood. It really is. It goes by, and like,
It's true.
just shrinking it down to the tightest, it's the neighborhood watch. And also it's the culture of things. Like, I'm gonna ask you a question. When's the last time you went to Scottsdale?
Last-
Not counting Fashion Square.
2 weekends ago.
2 weekends ago? Because last time I went to Old Town, I remember it was a year and a half ago, and I got kicked out for wearing Jordans.
Yeah.
And
Wait,
right
Yeah.
when it happened,
Time
I
out,
was
what?
like, I
Yeah.
know what this means.
Oh yeah, no, that's what Scottsdale is being cracked
Excuse
down
me?
right now. Yeah.
Okay, time out. Okay, guys, I rolled in from Prescott. So, what?
Yeah. Like I cannot go into any club with these shoes.
Nope.
I would have to wear something a little bit more collar, normal.
Well, no,
shit.
you'd have to wear. You wouldn't be able to wear a solid shirt. I wouldn't be able to walk in with a jersey, and we might have to hide our jewelry.
Yeah.
Just because they'll give you all sorts of reasons, but it's like we don't want X kind of person here. So yeah, Scottsdale. There's a reason why it's all country bars out there, man. It's like we know what we don't belong out there.
So, where do you guys go to party then?
Central Phoenix.
Yeah. Barsmith, bro.
The Valley Bar. High Score
like
Club.
Where?
Little Woody's in Phoenix. It's
Little
like
Pemberton.
off
You need to go see
of,
Pemberton.
it's more like
It's a really nice place.
I'm gonna take notes.
Pemberton and then the Churchill.
I'll check it out.
I'm telling them about Pemberton
Oh,
and
yeah.
the Churchill.
Pemberton and Churchill are
Pemberton and
dope.
Churchill are great. Yeah.
Oh, and then if you want to go like Midtown like 36
Valley Bar.
Valley Bar, yeah, that place is fun.
Low key Van Buren when their shows.
Yeah.
I
Ziggy
like
Stardust
Coast
every now and
sometimes
again.
because I go and it's like I get hit on and I get
Cool.
drinks.
Yeah,
all the
whenever
time.
I'm in town,
And if I go to Tempe, I don't get hit on at all.
No, we're all too old for Tempe.
Yeah.
We're all way too old for Tempe.
Way too old for Tempe. I feel like
Me too.
yeah.
No, me too.
I turned 25 and I was like, and no longer going there. All right. All
I
right.
suddenly look around and like,
I'm 28.
well,
I'm 28.
still a baby.
You said suddenly look around and you're like, oh,
I
I'm
turned
old.
29.
yeah, there it is, yeah. Well, they look
What?
at you.
No, sometimes I stand up and I'm just like, oh, my back. Wait, my back.
No, but are you a
That's-
93 or a 98 baby?
Yeah.
94.
94
Yeah, I'm 20 years now. 94.
baby.
I have a Space Jam jersey on. It's mid 90s somewhere.
Yeah.
Gen Z won't ask.
Yeah, for real. But I mean, it's interesting just because what I've noticed about Arizona is that everyone's kind of starting to like figure their shit out here. And it's gotten to the point now where I didn't expect Phoenix Fashion Week to be like this.
Right.
I expected like, oh, we're gonna try to do something like LA, we're gonna try to do something like, you think about Milan or Paris. But no, this is different. And it's good that it's different.
Phoenix
It
is, it always does that. Where like, especially Scottsdale and trying to imitate LA. It's like the more it tries to do that, the more cringy it becomes in some ways. Just Phoenix has got to be Phoenix.
Phoenix is different.
It is different.
There's like there's Scottsdale and there's Glendale. There's Arcadia, like north, south, east. There's Gilbert. They're all different places. Like his neighborhood, my neighborhood.
Flagstaff, Tucson.
Flag, motherfucking stop.
I am excited for ski season and like majorly. I haven't skied at all since the pandemic. It's like
I've never skied a day in my life.
never.
I think I'll do the snowboarding
If
first.
have you been on a skateboard before?
Yeah.
Then the transition to snowboard will be easy. I always say that if you started on a skateboard, go to a snowboard. But I've been skiing on and off since I was like 5. My dad was a skier for Syracuse back in the day, like a slalom skier, and he used to heli ski where he would jump out of the helicopter and ski down.
Oh,
mountains.
shit.
I'm
It's
not
in your
that
blood.
good. I'm not that good, but I am like, as in like I can ski down a double black diamond and not kill myself. But I always say, if you already know how to do something, just make sure your friends don't take you up to the top and push you down. Go with someone who's gonna like show you the ropes, get you some lessons if you want them. So what was the topic for the podcast?
We're just kicking back. We're going out. Like, look at
Okay.
Jersey's work. Look at Jersey's work.
Okay. His stuff was fantastic.
Absolutely.
I love his attention to detail and his branding across his work is like done in a way that was like really classy
Yes.
You know, because sometimes I feel like brands, when they're trying to put, you know, their name is on everything, it's a little kitschy. It's a little like, you know.
This one was more tasteful.
This was tasteful. This was
it's
like,
tasteful.
it's like proud of the brand and the work and the name without, you know, just be like, oh, the name is everything, and you know.
I loved its curation. I think that the video empowered me
Yeah.
because it didn't have to say, I'm going to empower you.
Yeah.
It showed it, like the feeling throughout
Yeah.
the entire curation, with the color palette, the way that it just all melded with itself, and then the confidence that the models brought. It just really gave it to me. It sold me on the Jersey experience.
Yeah.
Hummingbird was my favorite.
I loved Hummingbird.
I heard Hummingbird is
Her-
a couple favorites.
Her attention to detail,
Yeah.
her ability to just make the fabric work for her.
She's different. Yeah, she's an anomaly.
Her eye is phenomenal.
Yeah,
It was fantastic.
There
Like,
was no weak link
she had
in anybody today. Like,
No.
there was no one that I was like, oh, that was okay. Everyone had their own flavor, and I was like, that's incredible.
everyone was telling a different story, and that was really what I really liked, was the variety of the palette
Yeah.
and the different artists.
I gotta find them. I gotta be remembered.
So Jersey, and I cannot pronounce, and Alejandra, I met her by like her, she introduced me by her actual name. I'm like, no, you're fan, bro. But we did a podcast last night, and it was crazy just because, like, what I tell people, I'm a big sports fan. What I tell people is the difference between seeing something on TV and seeing it live. Like, if you watch basketball, you're like, yeah, LeBron James, like, he's nice. When you see it live, you're like, oh, this is a different sort of, and that's what it was. Just like,
I can't watch sports on TV. I get bored
get
beyond.
it.
And my boyfriend is really into the stuff. Like, he's like from LA, he's a Dodgers fan, he's a Rams fan. I've started watching games with him occasionally.
Hummingbird?
I get bored 15 minutes in.
but it's hard to.
At the game, I like going to an
was it
actual
first?
baseball
Was it
game because I can actually
I
kind of
think it
follow
might have
along
been
what's
last.
going on. in
And
real
this is
time.
exactly what it was like seeing them, like, this is my story in real time. This is what we're doing. It was awesome. It was awesome. I was blown away with how
Hummingbird
good
was the
they
last
were.
one, I think.
Because the
That's
cool thing
sad.
is, you can tell they got potential. Like, they're not done. They're nowhere
No,
near.
this is like the beginning of the career. This
Yeah.
is like their jumping off
Is
point.
that Hummingbird?
They haven't reached their nexus yet.
Not at all.
Not at all. No way.
Yeah.
Is this Hummingbird?
No, that's Alaya.
Where were they at in the sequence?
Hummingbird was at the very end.
Yeah, yeah.
What's up? Yeah, you said
The end of that
yeah.
set.
I think I still have my program in my bag. Hold on. I do. Aha!
And City of Knowledge was crazy.
City of Knowledge blew my eardrums out. That's the only thing, because I was sitting right in like the side where the speaker like hit right at the stage, and I was like, it's like still ringing.
Wow.
That's a good concert, though. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's an idea before its
like,
time,
You can,
but-
and here's the thing.
It'll come
You
around.
can see the Latin American
Yes.
influence
Yeah.
in the clothing, but it's not like, bam, Mexican
over the
clothing.
top.
It's
Yeah.
not,
It's
bam, Mexican
subtle.
fashion. It's just
It's
Latin
subtle.
influence, color, vibrant, the way she moved the fabric. I was just like drooling by the end. I was like,
Emily, I've got a question for you.
What?
How was your birthright trip? Where did you do? What year did you do birthright?
oh God.
Shabbat shalom, by the way.
Shabbat shalom, my friend.
I studied in the yeshiva in Jerusalem.
My birthright trip was 8 years ago. I went middle of my sophomore year. Yeah. But I actually went in 2019, and I actually interned for an Israeli shoe designer in Jaffa, in Tel Aviv. So for 3 months, which was amazing.
Let's
and I learned a
go.
lot, and that was kind of my jumping off point to get back into art, because I've had a very interesting decade, and I started in art, and I ended up in the medical field for a couple of years, and now I'm back in art. So
Let's go. Can you tell us a little bit more about the art you're dabbling with?
I'm getting my degree in art history.
Let's go.
I'm focusing on history of fashion and textiles. I'm working for Phoenix Art Museum as a visitor services associate through the ASU work study program.
Yes.
I'm hoping to work full-time after I graduate in the spring. That's the plan, to work in museums and admin and education and fundraising, something for my day job. And then on the side, I'm a fashion illustrator.
Fashion illustrator.
Yeah.
Where are you at in that like process? Like, so talk to me.
I'm still trying to figure out my niche. The funny thing is before photography, illustration took up most magazines, but now that photography is the main point that people use to capture fashion imagery for magazines and websites, there's not as much space for illustrators. It's a little harder. It's not as, popular now. So it's kind of hard to make a living off of it. There's a couple of really well-known illustrators, and they get branding and they get recognition. You can do graphic design with it. Some artists put their stuff on like prints or bags. So it really just depends on, it really just depends on what niche I can find for my work, if I can.
So how do we find you?
I have an Instagram at the moment, just because I'm so busy with school. It's the only thing I can keep up with. It's the Stylish Illustrator.
The stylish
Illustrator.
The
Yeah.
Stylish Illustrator.
Yeah.
All right, I'll make sure to follow you.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see your work.
Yeah. I'm actually right in the middle of Inktober, which is the drawing challenge for artists in October, where you like do a drawing a day with a word prompt, and it's like kicking my butt. I've missed like a couple of day ones, so I've done a couple of like group collection pieces.
Yeah.
So I'm posting tomorrow morning a piece for the last 3 days because I've just been so like busy.
What helps you find that consistency?
That's what I'm still working on, that consistency, because sometimes I'll be good and I'll post like once a week, and then I won't post for like 3 months. So I'm trying to figure out how to be a little better about consistently posting my work, even if it's like I open up a sketchbook from 10 years ago and I post like a throwback. And,
It's part of being an artist,
Yeah.
Sometimes you feel it when it's there, and that's
So when I'm like super creative, sometimes I like to like push out a bunch of pieces and save them up. But I'm thinking I might have to like start doing like TikTok and video, because all I do is post images, and it's like kind of hard.
show people your process.
Yeah, exactly.
Put your images in the TikToks.
Yeah.
That's how this next chapter like has to go. It's like we have to put our images in like a motion package.
Yeah.
That's how we're gonna be able to allow more eyes to see our work. So we have to innovate that part of our intention with social media. That was just special. I love that outfit. Just special.
There has been some amazing fashion tonight.
Yeah.
Like in general, just seeing what everyone's wearing, it's like such an interesting range of what's going on, clothing-wise.
You know what's funny? I was scared that I was like underdressed yesterday. And then I was like, you know what, man? It's not about just wear what you're gonna wear. Like, just be who you are. Don't try to fit, like.
If there's not a specific like dress code, like you're gonna get kicked out if you're not wearing a tux, wear whatever the fuck you want. Excuse my language.
Absolutely.
I curse on this all the time. You're good. Someone was like, shouldn't we label this explicit? Shouldn't we shut the fuck up about that? Because we're not trying to lose listeners? Like, especially because I just found out my international listenership, and I'm like, every time I say it, shout out to you, Belgium and Ireland. I don't know how y'all found this. Thank you for rocking with me, man. I've been to Belgium for 30 minutes. I walked from one terminal to another. I don't count that as being there, but
I still haven't gone to Europe. It's on the list. I just haven't had a chance.
Ypres is a beautiful town. Yeah.
I met my grandparents' cousins in Sweden. My granddad's cousin, so my great granddad immigrated from Sweden. That's why I have blonde in my beard. Because, yeah, no, we got a little Swedish in us. So,
What part of Sweden?
fuck, where was it? It wasn't Stockholm, it was a little bit further north.
Yeah, my cousins live in northern Sweden.
I forgot what it's like it's not Uppsala, it's something like
My
that.
cousins live in Umeå.
That might be it.
That'd be
That might
crazy.
be it.
It's like kind of on the east side.
Yeah, so they drove down like 3 hours to Stockholm to see us, but it was just like super easy, and they were just like, oh, it's nice to meet you, and they knew the records and everything. It was cool. It was just, I also ate the hottest hot dog in the world there.
Like spiciest?
Yes.
In
How
Sweden?
was it?
So I never act like this, right? And I did for some reason. This guy, he's drunk as hell, and it's like 8 a.m. And he's yelling, he's like, hey man, I got the world's fucking hottest hot dog. And I'm like, yo. I've never said this in a serious manner until I talked to that guy. I'm an American, how bad could it be? And that's when I realized, I'm like, oh, we're dumb. Oh, our whole country is dumb as shit. Oh, okay. And he's like laughing at me. And I'm like, nah, man, like, how hard could it possibly be? He's like, you want to find out? Fuck yeah, bro. Let's see what you can do.
Like Lizzie.
I
God.
try to do spicy, but because I like a little spicy, but like I'm like really weak when it comes
Here's
to
the thing.
spicy.
It was tasty. It legit. So it was a regular sausage. He made it like sausage, but he put jalapeno, habanero, ghost pepper, and
He just wanted to fuck somebody up.
what's that other one? It's
I can feel my insides.
but he put
turning.
like all those in there. When you tasted it,
Carolina
it was
Reaper.
Carolina Reaper. It was Carolina Reaper.
Come on, why?
When you tasted it, I was like, oh, this is actually really like it's good.
Smack you.
Because what he did too, whatever he couldn't make into the sausage, he made into the sauce. So he drizzled the sauce over. I'm like, yo, give me one sausage, cut it into 4 so me and my brothers and my dad can fuck ourselves up with this.
You welcome the suffering.
He only sold 2 things: those sausages and ice cream. He didn't sell water.
Create the problem.
He didn't sell beer. He didn't sell none
to
of that.
solve it.
It didn't hit me why he sold ice cream until I was like, bro, my video's on my other computer.
Dude sold the poison and the fucking antidote.
Yeah. So I throw the whole thing in my mouth because my brother's like, no, I'm gonna chew it bit by bit. I'm like, you're stupid. So I throw the whole thing in my mouth, and my eyes turn this pillow red immediately.
Whoa.
And I'm coughing and I'm sneezing and I'm just like dying, man.
It's yours now. It's yours now.
And that's all yours.
Yes, it's yours now.
Oh, I'll take it.
Are you not a smoker? That's fair.
Let's keep it where he can see it.
It will, but I mean something
I'm
will.
actually for an artist, I'm a real wimp when it comes to drugs.
Yo,
I don't know what it is. Like tonight I had one cocktail. That's it. Because I'm driving. And then like I've tried things, but I always have this like fear of like losing control and not being aware of my sense of self. And it's just like instead of being an upper, most things are a downer for me. It freaks me out. And I get like too like sensitive.
yeah.
So last time I had like edibles, I like had like a panic attack, and my
Alright,
sister had
edibles
to
will fuck
like
you up.
my
Yeah,
sister
edibles
had
will
to
fuck
like
you up if you're not
spoon
careful.
me. I was with her in her apartment in Chicago, and I'm like freaking out, and she's like comes into the bedroom, and she just like hugs me from behind and has to like hold me as I'm falling asleep because I'm like freaking the fuck out.
The edibles will do
So,
that to you. You
I know.
close your eyes and look up. You're in the 4th dimension.
I know,
You're just like,
right?
wait a minute. Whoa.
So, I can't even drink coffee because
My
I got
homies
a
want me-
sensitivity to caffeine.
My homies want me to do acid.
No,
And
That's
I'm
a
like,
whole
let me
shrimp
do
and a
shrooms
half.
first.
Do the shrooms.
But let me
first.
work up to this. Don't jump me straight in, but
I ain't mad at you. Do the shroomies first. Make sure it's in a place that you love with people that you love, and explore something new. It's real
Watch
nice.
Disney
You'll
while
find
you're
yourself in it.
eating shrooms. That's what I did. The one time I tried shrooms, I was watching
You ever
Disney
try
movies.
shrooms?
I feel like, well, I was telling one of my friends, like,
Nice.
you have, like, certain drugs aren't cool anymore, like, don't do them. Because he's like, yo, man, I was doing cocaine. I'm like, were you doing it at like a party? He's like, no. I'm like, no, absolutely not. No, don't do cocaine alone. That's not cool, bro. That's Tony Montana shit. But like,
that's becoming an addict and
yeah, that's the line.
That's the line.
right
Yeah.
there.
He has the.
But
What's the Instagram?
I'll link you to it. I'll send it out. I'll send it out here in a little bit.
Okay.
But I'll link everybody to it.
So that's why I was asking. Yeah, I don't know how much you guys are going to
No, so are you based in Phoenix then?
Yeah.
And you're based in Phoenix?
I'm based in Arizona.
Where are you from? Where you live?
Indianapolis, Indiana. But I'm around the town so much. I just say I'm based in Arizona.
Okay, and you're here too, right?
I live in Phoenix. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Because we can definitely link up too, and I mean, if you guys.
I'm at the museum 4 days a week.
Which one?
Phoenix Art Museum. That's where I work.
My mom's got an art class that she goes to there, so yeah, I'll probably link up with you one of these days. I'll probably link up.
I'm there at the desk.
Okay.
Hey, it was an absolute pleasure.
I have to get home.
Before, hey, there's something I do first. Drop your socials and where they can reach you.
The Stylish Illustrator on Instagram.
Rozotadi, ROZOTADI, everywhere.
Hey, I'm Matthew Newell. If you like photography, it's Matthew Alex Photo. If you like dark country music and Americana, it's Matt Newell Official.
We will talk about that. We will talk about that. But hey, this is the kickback. This was a weird one, but I'm with it. I like weird shit. Let's keep it going.
Keep it gorilla.
Hey, peace. Thank you for listening. You guys know what it is. I'll have this up. I'll put this up on my... No. I'll put this up tomorrow. Probably tomorrow about 8 or 9. I'll put this one up. All right. Peace, guys. Thank you for listening.